Hi guys, my name is Joachim Blicker and I'm a UX designer, and welcome to this tutorial where I will show you how to make a simple Instagram feed for your next event or party. So first of all, I want to show you the final product. So this is what we are aiming for. It's basically, it shows all Instagram images from a given hashtag, and it updates every minute, so you will see the latest images. So before we start, you need to install Google Chrome if you haven't already, and you need to install the Google Chrome extension called Web Override, and um, it needs to be installed on the computer that you want to present your Instagram feed from. So because we are doing the changes only to the local machine on Instagram. So other than this, you need to have some kind of basic HTML and CSS. It's not a must, but it certainly helps you. And other than that, you need a unique party hashtag. You need to have choose a hashtag that isn't used by many, otherwise people that are not attending your event might come up on your feed, and you don't want that. And last, you need a party wallpaper. So if you have your hashtag now, then we can get started. So this is going to be my hashtag. It's called Awesome Party. It's not unique, but it will show you what it will look like in the end, because we actually have some images here. So first of all, click on your web override icon up here and click this. It will make it open in a new tab, which really is a good idea. Otherwise, you will get frustrated. So click here. It will open in a new tab. Notice you won't have this test one. It's a test tab running, but let's add a new one. So we go here, we add a title, let's call it Instagram feed. I have it here. And down here you select the URL for your hashtag, which is right here. You can put it there and save. Right here you can choose to activate or disable, enable or disable your overwrites. Then you have HTML, you have CSS, and you have JavaScript. Let's start with the CSS, and let's go back to Instagram. So first of all, let's remove the stuff we don't need. So we right click, choose inspect element. My menu is Danish, so you might not be able to read it, but it's called inspect element in English browsers. So we find the header here and find the class. We copy it, go back to our CSS. Write the class and display none. I'm not really going into the big details of the code here, but basically this line hides the element. So if we click save, we can see that Instagram is updating, and if we go back, we can see that our header is gone. Now, we also don't need this one up here, but first I want to copy this Instagram logo because I want to use it somewhere else. So choose edit as HTML, and let's just copy it all. Go back to web override, choose HTML, put it in there. Let's change the class to info. So we have our info here with like save that. And it appears here, which is fine for now. So let's go up here and find the navigation here. Just take the first class. Take the first class, copy it, go back to the CSS. Now we also want to hide this one. Put a comma and set the class. Remember the dot before it. And it also removes that. Great. So the images might not appear all the time, but and it might also be kind of funky. But we should fix that later. So the first group here is featured images, or I don't know what it's called in your language. We need to remove these because these will always be on the top, and that means that you won't be able to see all the other images. So we want to remove this whole block here, and we got that class name right there. So basically same thing, comma, and that, like that. So that should do it. And then we have the latest title here. We really don't need this, but instead of the display none, we are gonna use visibility. Oh. And basically because I want the spacing up there. Visibility. Save that. Okay, so we still have the spacing because it's still up here somewhere. Great. Let's look at the Instagram thing here. So we actually want to show the guests which hashtags they can use. So we're just gonna write H1, and P, like that. So H1 is called, and here you write your hashtag, somebody, and down here you can write some kind of description, but actually it's really important to tell your guests that they have to set your profile to public. Otherwise their images won't show up. So we need to close this one. Typo, like that. Save it. See what happens. Okay, something's wrong. Okay, that one. Great. Save it. Okay, now let's put some styling to this. So go into CSS. And we'll make info. So first of all, let's place the box fixed in the bottom corner. Just let's say 50 pixels from the bottom, 60 pixels from the right. that's fine for now. And let's style each one. Font size 40 amps. Margin bottom. Let's say 30. White 700. So basically, I just want a bold title and we can call disclaimer at the bottom. I want it to be a little more subtle. So we're gonna do size margin bottom 40 and opacity of 0.6. Let's see how this looks. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this is good for now, but let's change the font. Okay, something's really funky here. Okay, something looks funky here. Okay, let's put some background to this. So go to Unsplash. It's my favorite go-to. And search for party or whatever. And I want to find a subtle image. There's this one by Jason Leon. Sorry. And we're just gonna copy this address. And then we need to inspect to see where it's actually going. So I want to put it to the body element. Hue. And so basically I will put the image as a body element. I'm not going into the details for this, but basically this is the image that I just found. I put some styling to it. So we have it, and also you need to know that you need this line of code as well, because they actually put a gray background to this wrapper and we need to remove that. I'm just gonna paste in some code here just to let you know what's happening. So we're gonna change the direction of this rows to 3 columns, so we actually get them wider. And if you check, if you right click and check, here, if you right click here and check the image, you can see it's 600 by 600, and that's what we want to be the maximum width of the images. So that's what we are putting in here. So we want them as a column and a maximum width. Here we have the image. We want some spacing underneath the image. We want some light shadow and a thick white border as well. We want it to fade in as well. So just save that and let's see what happens. Okay, so that did a lot. Now you can't really see the images still. Let's try to fix that. It should be fixed by this this code. Apparently the images are set to visibility hidden, and then Instagram changes that, and sometimes it gets really buggy with what we're doing. So now you can actually see them. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Okay, let's try to add another font to it. It's really boring font, this one. So we're just gonna add Catamaran. It's a free Google font. You can Google it, how to use that. And we're just going to use it on the intro here. And we also want the color to be white. Now obviously the Instagram logo will not be white, but that's okay. It kind of sits there, makes it a little different. Now the image just looks funky. So we're just gonna update that. It looks right. And you can scroll down all the images. So basically this is what we actually want to have. Now let's just change the font to be a little bit lighter for the font height. Let's just 600 here. Oh yeah, that's good. Just refresh. Every time you see this screen flashing, it's because I hit refresh. Okay, so this is the images, and now we just want them to scroll. So I'm sorry, we want them to scroll, so I'll just add a little code to the image container. Here, so basically we just add a keyframe animation. Set the duration to 60 seconds, so 1 minute. And there's a delay for 1 second, so it just doesn't start at the beginning, just waits just 1 second, sorry. And it references to this one. And this basically just sets the entire element offset of certain pixels, so you can actually style this and style the seconds if you want to go faster and refresh faster as well. It's important that this number is the same number as the JavaScript we're gonna make in a few seconds. So now you can refresh this page and you can actually see this thing and scrolling. So this is what we want. This is perfect. So next we want to add some kind of a timer. So go into your HTML and we want to add a timer. Don't think about this too much because it's basically JavaScript that puts in here. So this is our refresh function, and refreshes after 16 seconds, sorry. And it's basically what we are saying down here as well. This is the visual number up in the corner, you will see in a moment. And save that. And you shouldn't really be able to see anything now because we don't have any styling on it. Oh yeah, it's here, down here in the here. So let's put some CSS to it. So we're gonna draw our, basically just gonna draw the SVG, if you may. So we're just gonna add it here, down here, and there it was. So this is the counter. So we put it up in the corner, and this is the starting for the SVG. This is actually a code pen for an SVG circle, and it's made from this guy. I can't pronounce this, but it's basically made from this, and then we just increase the number to 60 seconds instead of 10. So let's go back, let's save that, let's see how it looks. Let's just refresh it, and there it is. You have your counter up here for 60 seconds. After 60 seconds it will refresh the page and start over, and the latest images will be on the top. Now these icons on the images shows that this is a gallery with more images, and also if there's a video, it's fine to keep it there. It kind of makes the guest want to view this extra thing on their phone, which is fine. So that's it, and then you just go full screen with this one on your projector. You should really test this on your projector, because it's dependent on whether your resolution is high or low on your projector, if the images are going on top of the images, or the images are too small or whatever, or if you can read the text. But basically this is what we have now. If you are running a really big screen in a conference or so, it might be more interesting to just show a grid of images and refresh that with no scrolling at all. But that really depends on the situation. Thank you for watching, and you could just write any comments you might have, and I will try to answer them as fast as possible.